This Jeep sounds awful, and we have 200,000 miles on the factory exhaust on this thing, and it's been patched together from the front all the way to the back. Realistically, it has leaks pretty much every 2 or 3 feet. We've got a couple up by the headers, we got a couple on the crossover, two on the back exhaust, and it is leaking all over the place. It just sounds horrible. So it's time to fix that. Our friends over at Pypes sent us an entire exhaust setup. We're going to go ahead and install this today. I also picked up new cats for this thing because I'm pretty sure these are clogged, and we actually had a blowout on one of the welds on this. And if you guys watched that video, tons and tons of complaints about how I did the JB weld. It didn't work. I tried it again. It didn't work again. So we got all that. So pretty much from the headers back, we've got everything brand new. Let's go ahead and crack these open and get them installed. All right, let's go ahead and crack this box open first. This one should be our new cats, and pretty much from the headers to where the exhaust will start. These things were a crazy $80 on eBay. We went with the cheapest set we could find because we just needed them to not leak. I did not order new O2 sensors. We may need to pick those up, to be completely honest. Definitely have the codes for those, so I will order those. Now let's crack open this box. So they sent us a lot of stuff. I'm assuming this is hardware and brackets. We'll open that up in a second. Hats, stickers. We got the exhaust here. This is the high clearance catback one. So it should tuck up over that back axle nice, and we won't be hitting that big muffler on rocks anymore. And then here, it looks like we got a banner of sorts for the garage. So we'll get this hung up for sure. And then in the box, I was correct. We got new bushings for the exhaust, which would be really nice because these are definitely routed out on here. And then we got all the hardware and stuff like that. This should be relatively easy to install. Honestly, the worst part is going to just be installing these, getting them in there. I think because I have two part ones in here, we won't really have to take out the cross member. I'm hoping at least. But let's go ahead and get those bolts out. Another cool thing is for $80, I mean, the welds are probably pretty junk on this, and it's probably going to fail at some point. However, it came with all new hardware and everything like that, so pretty affordable. So underneath all this gross JB Weld stuff, you can see where the failure happened. So this split open, and then I had to keep driving it a little bit, and it just kind of cracked almost all the way around. This thing was about ready to fall off. This stuff did not work whatsoever. I don't care how you apply it. It definitely did not seem to work in this application. So we have our old exhaust out. You can see some of the spots it was leaking. So it was pretty much leaking throughout the entire thing at every component. And then on the back here, I did a cheap kind of temporary fix until we got this new exhaust. It was leaking all over there. And then we still had one on the other side of the muffler as well. So this has been long overdue. And to be honest, the Jeep sounds stupid. It's on 40s and it's this big built Jeep and it sounds like a minivan. So we had to change that up. And we'll also get rid of the big muffler, so we should have a lot more clearance in the rear. I also felt like the cats may have been a little bit clogged up. We were a little low on power, and after taking them out, this one right here, you can actually hear it rattling around in there. So we definitely needed to replace these anyway, so it really isn't that big of a deal to do it. However, they are not fun to replace. They kind of suck to get out of there. Once they're out there, they should be very, very easy to put back together. The new ones actually came in two pieces, which is really nice because you won't have to go fishing it around that transmission crossmember and everything like that. So it should go in a lot easier than the old ones came out. Also looking at O2 sensor placement, I think these new ones have a little bit better placement. We'll see when we get them in. I'm just hoping they line up really well. For the price, you never really know what you're going to get. I went ahead and installed the new cats off camera because that's not what you guys are watching this video for. You guys probably know how to do that. So we're going to get to the exhaust, the fun stuff, the part that will actually make a difference here. This is so easy to install. It's literally 3 pieces, 2 hangers, and it's in. We got the clamps here from Pypes as well. Now, first things first, I think we're gonna go ahead and install the rubber bushings that it came with. And once those are on, it should just be a matter of hooking on the back piece and then tightening down the clamps. And I think we're good to go. All right, so this might be the easiest part I've ever installed for a video. And this took maybe 10 minutes once we had the other exhaust out. It literally uses 2 hangers in the back. I replaced the rubber bushings, and then we have the clamps holding it together from there. So we've got the cap section there, to the straight pipe section, down to the resonator or muffler or whatever, and then it's literally just clamped together. Tighten down the clamps and you are good to go. It's fully hooked up. And then if we head to the back here, you can see what I mean by it goes up over the axle and then it stays high, unlike that other muffler. It doesn't hang down real low. That'll also allow us to get rid of this junk back bumper that I've been running for years, and we're gonna get something a lot more high profile. We'll probably do a frame chop bumper on the rear there. Now, as far as the cats go, they fit about what you would expect for $80 cats. I did have to go to AutoZone and pick up that center section of pipe there and these 2 clamps to get it to line up. It lined up all right, it just didn't reach all the way across. It was a kind of a weird issue. The welds on that part are not the best, but the ones I took off weren't either. And I did actually go ahead and pick up new O2 sensors. So let's go ahead and toss those in. We will have to figure out which ones are upstream and which ones are downstream, because that is very important to get correct. And it looks like these will be our downstream sensors and these will be our upstream sensors. So pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and unscrew and unplug the old ones, and then we'll go ahead and plug in the new ones, and we should be good to fire this thing up and get our first impressions of this new exhaust system. So we've got downstream 1, and then we've got downstream 2, and then we've got upstream 1, and lastly we've got upstream 2. And now with all of these replaced and plugged in, we should be able to fire this thing up and get our first impressions of this new exhaust system. I'm excited to hear it, so let's get this thing turned on. So the main goal here was for it to not sound like a minivan anymore, and I think we definitely accomplished that. I do like the sound of it. Driving, it doesn't really drone too bad. It's hard to get that on camera, obviously, because the Jeep just makes so many noises and the wind noise, but it really doesn't sound bad at all. All things considered, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I like the sound. Let me know what you guys think of it down below in the comments, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.